Welcome back to Cryptos or Us. I am George. We're all George. So I'm streaming a little bit late past the market bell, but it's okay. Things are heating up. Today I want to talk about why you need to buy Bitcoin now before it's too late. And not just Bitcoin, there's so many great projects out there, crypto projects that are going up. So let's talk about everything and have a good time while doing so. Let's do this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I wish I had my market bell with me. I do not. But you can see Bitcoin is coming up. Last night it was, around 41,000. It's coming up to about 42,000 today. There's a big Fed meeting. Okay, there's going to be some talks about the economy, about inflation, and we'll see how things go. But overall, I think it should be pretty good. But Bitcoin's coming up. A lot of crypto projects starting to go higher. And yeah, even look at Cardano. Cardano's starting to pick up, right? Yesterday, a lot of people fearful about Avalanche. Say, oh, Avalanche dumped. Avalanche dumped. Did it really dump when it's up 315% in the last 60 days? And I'll talk about Avalanche quite a bit today, but also talk about Bitcoin and several other things. I mean, right now, guys, again, don't let the little dips and volatility scare you. We are on our way up. This train already left the station. So even though last 2 days, it seems like there's some solders, you don't want to be a solder. You want to be a holder, okay? Selling now is probably the worst thing you can do. You will regret this. As Bitcoin recovers back to 44 and heads to a new high for this year, 45, 47, 48, possibly $50,000, you're going to feel really stupid for panic dumping at 40,000. And you're going to feel more stupid when Bitcoin heads to 70,000 by the time we hit the halving event. This time is the time to be loading up, DCing, accumulating. Definitely not selling. But, of course, not everyone is used to the volatility. I know there are new people that are coming into the space that may not be used to what's happening, right? But that's why I stream for you guys, so you can learn. But the good thing is 57% of the overall circulating supply has not moved in the last 2 years, which means, yes, even though some new retail investors sold, long-term holders are like, a 4,000 point drop, a 3,000 point drop, that's nothing. We lived through crypto winter. If you lived through crypto winter 2022 and the beginning half of 2023, I mean, this is nothing, okay? But what is something is all the metrics that show how great Bitcoin is. The metrics show that the fundamentals of Bitcoin, like the holders, the number of Bitcoin being held, number of addresses, volume, transactions, everything, hash rate, they're all heading higher and either at all-time high or near all-time high. Okay, so don't be discouraged. Keep on holding, keep on DCAing. That is the right move. Here's another one showing supply last active 1 year ago. Basically, all-time high at 70%. 2 years ago, 57%. 3 years ago, 41%. 5 years ago, 31%. All of them at all-time high. So again, if you need reassurance, just know that Bitcoin is doing quite well and the number of holders not going away, right? This is part of the growing fundamentals. By the way, I had to restart my chat. It's like too many people chatting. It's breaking my phone. Anyways, okay, moving forward, what else is there in terms of Bitcoin news? Well, Cantor Fitzgerald, which is one of the bigger financial institutions out there, they have like 12,000, 15,000 employees out there. Okay, they are now turning bullish too on Bitcoin and stable coins. I don't really care if they're bullish on stablecoin Tether, but I am, I do care that they are bullish on Bitcoin and they are confident that a Bitcoin ETF is right around the corner. Everyone thinks so. Now, I've been hearing from people saying, well, you know what, George? Everyone is saying that approvals will come in January. What if it doesn't come in January? So what? So what? It's a matter of when, not if. So if somehow Gary's like, F you all, I'm not going to prove anything in January. Well, there's another deadline in March, but it's not that simple. He's under a lot of pressure right now from the Black Rocks and from politicians and from everywhere to make some moves, right? Because he has been losing quite a lot recently and he doesn't want to look like a total clown. So he may have to approve no matter what, especially with the Grayscale lawsuit also. That was a big one. Basically, the courts ruled that he had no right to deny them from getting a spot Bitcoin ETF. So, I mean, he may not have a choice. So, anyways, another financial institution that is coming into the space. And here's a good fractal chart comparing Bitcoin's trajectory now versus before. Okay, we had a COVID crash versus the FTX crash. We have a breakout line, right? And then we have an upper trending line, which is very, very normal. Now, when you're in a parabolic rise, you don't even touch that line. You just go straight upwards, right? But right now, we're not quite parabolic yet, but we're definitely moving in the same direction, same trajectory. So, history doesn't repeat, it tends to rhyme. But yeah, there's a lot of falls, a lot of dips. And what are you supposed to do with those dips? You buy more, you accumulate, you DCA, right? So that's just reality. Now, the last thing I'll show you about Bitcoin is this. We had 8 consecutive weekly green candles, okay? 8. So if we have one red candle, that's okay because nothing can go up forever. We can't have 52 consecutive weeks of green candles. That's just not reality. You can't have every week end in the green. There will be some weeks where we have a red. That's okay. But what this is showing is, again, this pattern that you're seeing right here, we have broken out and we are heading higher. Okay. Again, 48,000 by the end of this year, which is in 2 weeks, not unreasonable. Being back at 70,000 by the halving event in April of 2024, not unreasonable. 100,000 by the end of 2024, not unreasonable. These are very reasonable targets, realistic targets to look forward to. So I don't get why anyone would sell. Again, just probably new people coming into space, they don't quite understand, right? But that's why you got to tell everyone to watch me in this show. So spread the word of George's so that way people won't fall for FUD and won't get scared and won't panic sell because that's not how you win at the game of crypto. All right, so that's what I want to talk about with Bitcoin. Let's talk about some alts. Avalanche, one of the hottest winners so far, okay? They are a big cap. Yesterday, again, people were complaining, oh, Avalanche stunk. One day, most of that have recovered already. There are a lot of things going on in Avalanche. I've been talking a lot about Avalanche, but I'm going to talk more about Avalanche because there are more things. I'm very bullish on Avalanche. And right now, all the Solana momentum kind of moved to the Avalanche, if you guys haven't noticed. Solana is doing quite well, right around $70. There's no doubt about it. If it keeps on going, it's going to flip XRP. But Avalanche right now is still upcoming, and there's a few things tied to it that makes it very, very interesting, right? Right now, you have the total value lock TVL growing like crazy, okay? You also have memes that are coming up, like Cock Inu, even though it dumped right after I bought it. But this does seem like a legit meme coin with 100% supply launch, 0 tokens reserved, 0 tokens left to mint, right? So it's a fair launch, but it is a meme coin. Does not mean you should FOMO into it, but I did. We'll see how it does. But they do have meme coins now, but they also have a ton of DeFi, right? And not only that, not just retail DeFi, but institutional DeFi, because they have an evergreen subnet. And this is for enterprises and large financial institutions. In fact, JP Morgan, they are using an Avalanche subnet. I believe their chain is called Onyx. Okay, so Avalanche is not just for retail players, but also large institutional players, because Avalanche is now like a layer 0. They used to be a layer 1. I mean, you can still call them layer 1, but they're really a layer 0. They're really a way for others to create chains. Sorry, my thing screwed up again. I gotta load up chat here. But yeah, so I've talked about that. A lot of you guys probably don't care about the enterprise side. You care about the retail side, right? But I've been talking about a lot of gaming recently. And even though you may not be a gamer, interesting enough, I had a conversation last night with a group of people. And, some were gamers, some were not. But the thing is, the reality is, it doesn't matter if you're a gamer. What you care about are the users, right? Games will bring massive amount of users, and that's what's happening with Avalanche right now. So you have this game studio, Pegasus, that was on Polygon, and they're like, nah, we're going to move to Avalanche. So that's an example of game makers coming in. Of course, I mentioned this before. You have other studios coming in. They're all becoming Avalanche subnets, right? The Avalanche is kind of like the new Cosmos. So everyone coming in has their own subnet, their own chain, essentially, right? And then, of course, you got like a AAA game like Shrapnel that's already on top of Avalanche. It hasn't launched yet, but it will. So, and then you got other stuff on top of Avalanche, right? DeFi Kingdoms, which has been doing very, very, very well. They had the very first subnet on Avalanche. A lot of people didn't pay attention. Now they're starting to. It's starting to come back up. They are also a game as well, right? They're making moves. But not only them, you know what? Beam from Merit Circle, they are making absolutely huge, huge moves. Merit Circle's Beam Chain is coming out with so many games. Like this one. This is one that's going to come up soon called Walker World. It looks amazing. Another AAA game developed by AAA game makers, and they're coming on top of Beam as well. I mean, there's just so much. There is so much happening, and all this is going to translate to Avalanche becoming even stronger. Beam itself right now, absolutely bonkers, up 17% today, over 1.1 billion. When I started covering Beam, 200, 300 million, then 500 million, 600 million last night, it was like 800 million. Now it's 1.1 billion. It has become one of the bigger L1s out there already, all driven by games. And this is part of the reason why Avalanche is so hot, right? But you got the institutional side, you got the meme side, you got the game side, right? You got everything going for it. And I'm just going to throw this out in there because on Beam, you also have Amino. Amino up 13%. Also, probably the newest move to earn project that I'm associated with, but they are an exception. They're not a game, but they're on top of Beam and they are doing quite well. You could also shop and you can earn. There's a lot of stuff that you can do, right? But right now, Avalanche is hot. Beam is hot. Entire market is hot. We're going back up again, quite possibly above 42. We do that, maybe we just pump right back up to 44 once again. It's looking pretty good. And as for my leverage plays, I finally got stop loss on my Bonk. Bonk went down. Last night I said, Bonk, I think, is being manipulated right now. I do think it's going to come up, especially with the Coinbase listing. don't fall for this. I know Bonks will come back up because of the Coinbase listing, but unfortunately it went down so much I got stop loss out. But it doesn't matter because other things have carried it. Look at my ADA right now. My ADA is at plus 743%. I didn't touch that. I opened that like a week ago and plus 744%. This is what happens, right? You buy low and then you just forget it. Set and forget it. My BDC is up 319%. Solana is a little bit weak at 274%, but I got to add a little more. I think I'm going to have to add Avalanche because, I've been talking about Avalanche so much. And today is still a decent day because it hasn't fully recovered, right? I don't know why it's just reloaded there, but, I'm just going to throw like 200, 300 bucks at it. Do, what is it? 15x might be too aggressive. I just go do a 10x. And now I'll just keep it up as a long-term play, right? And I think it's going to work out just fine. All right. Lastly, it's still heading higher. Bitcoin is still heading higher. Lastly, I know a lot of you guys are SNEC fans. SNEC is still going upwards. It's getting closer and closer to $100 million. 82.8. What did I say? Once SNEC gets to $100 million, I will drink one of their SNEC energy on air. Okay, they have the SNEC energy drinks, and hopefully I don't die from drinking it on air. But they're getting closer and closer and closer now. All right, let's do some Q and A. I gotta do Q and A from my phone once again. All right, scrolling upwards here. Let's see. Clay says I'm riding cock in you till it blasts off. I am too. I think there's no way, no doubt that it will do well as the market picks up again, just like all the other meme coins, like Bonk will do well, Snack will do well, and even the existing ones, probably Pepe, Sheeb, and Doge will do well. Let's see. What about the emergency SEC meeting about ETF happening right now? Well, it's probably a lot of people are speculating that it has something to do with the ETF, right? Are they going to allow ETFs? Maybe. It's just a matter of time. If ETF are going to be approved in January, I mean, that means they have to discuss it now. They have to announce it soon, right? So they have to pay attention. Jan is asking, why is XRP and SHIB stagnant? Your guess is as good as mine. Because there's just a lot more interest in other things right now. Seems like no one. I'm really surprised. XRP Army not really picking up on XRP. And SHIB, I think that it's just so big. A lot of the new retail players, they want to get in a meme that's much smaller, right? I think that's my only thing. I don't know why SHIB isn't getting any stronger. I'm going to speculate. Revo is asking, what projects that you know of have been confirmed to be featured at Hello Labs show Killer Whales? How would I know that? I'm not part of the show. How would I know what projects went on? If you don't mind, as advisor DFK, did you receive a bag of Jewel or did you get Jewel for your time or you just bought? I just bought. In fact, I just bought last week. So yes, that's what I got. What's your opinion on Gala and Theta? None, really. I'm not a fan of Theta. Gala, it's okay. They're the biggest gaming space, gaming platform in this space, but like I don't know. Those lawsuits, I keep talking about. I'm sick of talking about, but those lawsuits between the founders need to end. They just need to end for it to really go up. Otherwise, other platforms like Beam, well, Beam already took off, but like other platforms, even like Vulcan, and then there was one that someone showed me yesterday. There's a lot of gaming platforms, and they can surpass Gala in this market, but they need to Gala's team need to stop those lawsuits. Is it possible for ADA to hit its next resistance in about 12 hours? I don't know. ADA's pretty strong recently. Uh, I gotta say, ADA's pretty strong. I don't have ADA's chart, do I? Oh, yeah, I do. Here we go. Yeah, so I think this is the resistance you're talking about. So last time they hit, I mean, they're pressed right against the resistance. I mean, they topped out about 64 cents. If they break through this, I don't know how high they're gonna go. They're gonna go a lot higher. I gotta go on a daily chart to see when they were last this high. Man, last time they were this high was back in June of 2022. It's been a year and a half. So if they, somewhere around here, I would say if they could break through this, next stop maybe about 68 cents, 69 cents, and then after that, you're talking about 70s and 80 cents for ADA. Yeah, all the way back here, right? So, man, the next stop, yeah, about 78 cents. And then if it keeps going, it'll probably be like, hey, be like $1.22. One gifted membership, awesome. Hosky fan, thoughts on the first ever Cardano meme coin index created by Linkage Finance includes Cardano memes like Snack Hosky and a few others. Why would I have any opinion on a meme coin index? Hosky, I know what you're trying to do, and I appreciate the hustle, but why would I care about an index? I care about the memes. You think ETH will go STH short time high? Big move next week. Rap Station asking if ETH will have a big move next week. ETH could. I mean, it has been moving. I don't even chart ETH, but ETH has been underperforming. I hear Vitalik is preparing to do some marketing soon. Yeah, they need to break above that 2351. They're a little bit below. And once above it, then, 2500 around here. And then you could go to like 3000. Their daily actually looks pretty good. Stochastic over here is about to reset. RSI turning up again. I mean, from a daily chart, it actually looks pretty good. And keep in mind, ETH spot ETFs could be around the corner too. John is asking, what do you think about the game Swift? I've never heard of it. Swift, 36, 36 million on ETH. Games should not be on ETH. So I'm going to say no to that. Games need to be on Avalanche or Immutable or Polygon. No, probably Immutable, but like or Solana, not on ETH. Pedro, can Jewel reach all time in 2024? No. Even in 2025, it might be difficult. I mean, they were really, really high, but the more people that are coming aboard, the better. How high can Orty go? Orty, man, they overshot, I believe, and now they're starting to come back down. But they shot up like crazy to 1 billion in market cap, and that's because of a Binance listing. Um, like boom, right? I don't know. I think they could go very far. I mean, there's a lot of enthusiasm about ordinals with Bitcoin. I have not paid so much attention to it, but there are a lot of things being developed right now. So, ordi, stacks, anything that helps Bitcoin grow will probably do well. But I don't know how high it could go. It's pretty new. Avalanche down 11%. That's go turn around. That's go turn around. Thoughts on Kizuna? I bought the other day and now it's pumping a little bit. Rose, you need to say why you bought instead of just like thoughts on it. I don't know anything about that project. Red Pepe meme on Avalanche thoughts. I had never heard of Red Pepe. Anything that has a name Pepe in it, I'm gonna skip. I don't like Pepe 2. I don't like Pepe 3. I don't like Blanc Pepe or Red Pepe. Anything that has anything to do with Pepe, I'm gonna skip. If you're gonna come out with one, just at least be original about it. Will Link hit 250? What about game time, big time? They both will do very, very, very well. Link is already a big cap. Okay, so Link already caught fire earlier this year. I don't know. Can they hit 250? I don't know about that. Probably. Oops. I accidentally just banned you. I just unbanned you again. Hopefully I just unbanned you. Sorry, but yeah, as for Chainlink, I think hitting 250 a little far fetched. 150, 200 maybe. And yeah, big time, they got really hot and then they're cooling off now, but they're also a gaming platform, 200 million, quite big. So, do you think Brett is asking, do you think Celestia could be a top 10 this bull run? I don't think so. There's too many good ones in the top 10. They would have to compete with, Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, and Polkadot, and Polygon, and Cosmos, right? These are all good. And I know people love ICP and Hedera and Immutable and Injective and all that. So for Celestia to climb to top 10, they would have to break through all these guys. That's going to be very tough. Can they go higher to like top 20? The way they're moving, sure. But top 10, I think it's too hard. Pablo saying Red Pepe was just add-on Trader Joe. Again, I'm not gonna get into any memes that have Pepe in the word, in the name. Matthew, can Beam hit top 30? Alice Becker said top 10 is possible for Beam. Alice Becker is a big gaming guy, right? Beam is arguably the hottest chain right now within Avalanche that is focused on games. Can they hit top 30? Top 30 is right around here. 2 point, yeah, certainly. Certainly. They're already above 1 billion. So for them to double up a little bit to get up there, I think very, very possible. Top 10, I don't know. If that happens, I'll be very, very shocked. So I don't think they're going to get in the top 10, but where's Beam right now? 50, they're 58. To go up to like 30, yes. Top 10, a little far fetched. Kava, you know what? I've been talking a lot about Cosmos the last day or so. I'm surprised Kava has not gone up because everything else in Cosmos has gone up. Injective, Celestia, Yeah, last night I covered Osmosis, which started going up. Kava, I think it's just a matter of time that they flip upwards too. Everything right now in Cosmos is also heating up, just like everything in Avalanche. So Kava could be one to watch out for. They're like a complete DeFi play and stablecoin play and lending, borrowing play within Cosmos. All right, guys, I do have to go because I have to check out soon. So last few questions, and that's it. Bitcoin is still doing well, very, very well yesterday. Any of you guys that picked up the last few days, congratulations. I mean, look at that. It's basically utilizing that as a support and getting ready to go up. Hmm, how about GRT? Any chance it hits previous high? The market cap probably could, but because of the new circulating supply, like you said, it probably won't be the same dollar amount, but the overall market cap could. Graph is still important. There's not a lot of graph competitors out there. In fact, I don't know of any right now. So, yeah, got this. SLP or Alberto says SLP is looking good to me. Um, I don't know. Like you're talking about Axie. For me, I still like Axie better than SLP because SLP is inflationary. Axie itself is not. So I much rather hold Axie than SLP. Tommy says George was right. I like to say 60% of the time, I'm right every time. Think about that. All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta go check out. But you know what? Today, things are looking better again, right? We're not back to 44,000 yet, but we'll get back up there. Don't be fudded out. Stay strong, my friends. There's a lot of great plays, a lot of things going on in Avalanche and Beam and everything else in between, right? And a lot of memes. So, uh, stay focused, have some fun, and also, more importantly, hold on and DCA. And I'll see you guys later. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. Have a good one. Take care. Bye bye.